Man, what's going on, man? It's your boy Free, man. We back at it, man. Now it's Thursday though. It's Thursday. I'm jumped in here a little bit early today, man. I usually get on here on Fridays, but I figured, man, why not today, man? I was sitting here waiting on the family to get back. Um, Camping to myself. So man, let's just drop something, man. Something that's on my mind. I've been thinking a lot, man, about how I grew up, right, and what was cool for me and my group of friends whenever we was growing up, right? And it's like, man, I remember, man, I don't know, it was just all about who get the most girls, who was the nicest in basketball, football, whatever we was doing, but especially, man, girls, man, and who could act like they had the most money. And that's what was cool, right? And I never seen a problem with that up until recently, as I started getting out and working and being around other cultures, like and talking to other men about how they grew up and what they experienced amongst their, childhood friends and stuff. And, what was cool to them to do at 15, 16 and stuff like that, 17. And man, it just, I don't know, man. It was shocking. You know what I'm saying? To me, listening to some of these stories of what they would do on a Saturday night as opposed to what me and my friends was doing on Friday and Saturday night. Like, it's night and day difference. Like, it was, man, it makes me feel so destructive. And like, I already feel like, obviously I wasted a lot of time in my youth. A lot of time, man. A lot of time, man, that I could have been learning so much that I was out here, chasing women, chasing money, worried about worried about all kind of stuff that didn't matter. Or wasn't gonna bring nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? Financially, mentally, none of that. But that's what I was chasing. That's what I thought that was cool. I think that was a big part of my culture also. The culture that I came up with. And like I said, just comparing how I grew up versus how they grew up and what was cool with my friends and what we bragged about versus them, like, it really got me thinking, like, man, how much more valuable the information that they was passing when they was 15 and 16 to each other, learning how to work on trucks. They pulling trucks apart, putting them back together. They all going out hunting on the weekends, killing deer after school. You know what I'm saying? They learning how to hunt for themselves, fish, all this stuff, right? And I think most of the people that I grew up around and grew up with, like, that was never on our agenda. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times, I don't think, probably a lot of fathers weren't doing it neither, but especially, it was all about sports. And the older we got it, it more switched from sports to girls. And how to get more girls and stuff and whatever it took to make sure you had the money to do whatever it was to get your clothes and all that other stuff. That's all we was really doing anything for back then anyway. So, it's just, man, in comparing the difference in the two and them growing up, in that type of environment versus, the environment I grew up in and the culture. And then, like I said, just comparing the life skills now, like, what I was what we was all bragging about back then. It's like, it don't even it's not cool to talk about now. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely not. You can only talk about it in certain settings. And then you flip it over to them, and they sitting there talking about hooking their trucks up and seeing who could pull whose bumper off and breaking down this car with their dad and rebuilding it and building this porch, or going hunting when they was 6, 7 and killing their first deer. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, how to gut a deer and just how to, self-sufficiency, man. How to, man, how to just survive. Like, a lot of life skills was taught in them years for them between 10 and 16, 17. Whereas outside of sports, that was 90% of what I was being taught from the time I was 8, 9 years old up until the time I was probably 13, 14. And at that point, as I got older, it became less about sports and more about, girls and just chilling and making sure I was cool and accepted. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. That was like, I think about that, man, and it's so destructive, man. Like, when I look at it now, like, what we grew up thinking was cool. And, I think it's a lot still in the culture now because the music hasn't changed compared to when I was, 16, 17 to now. Like, I honestly feel like it's a lot worse. And I know older people said that with the music we was listening to, and I didn't understand what they were saying at that point. But Now I do, cause I'm like, yo, comparing their music to ours. Like, if I was to tell a kid now, like, yo, y'all music tripping, man, they probably looking at me like, man, shut your old ass up, man. Like, yeah, you talking about our stuff tripping, y'all stuff was bad too, but no, they don't understand like the provocativeness, like the destructive messaging, like consistently. That's with in their music now. So man, it's way worse than what it was when I was young. But it just blows my mind, man. I'm like, yo, this is destructive. And in 10, 15 years, they're going to be in the same position I am, like listening to stories about how other people grew up and what all they learned and what all they know how to do, now, in the future, whenever they're talking to them. And they're going to be looking at themselves like, dang, and all I did was learn how to, bust down a bunch of chicks and get away with, I know how to juggle a bunch of women and I know how to, make some extra money, or I know how to do this. I'm real nice in basketball, or, a bunch of stuff that really don't matter once you get further on in life. And you start comparing those skills to skills, like I said, hunting and knowing how to work on your own car, fix your own HVAC, build your own porch, fix your own roof. You know what I'm saying? Just making sure you got that network of people. Man, it's like, man, our focus has got to change and just really lock in, and that's, man, for any race, you know what I'm saying, that's growing up in the city and hasn't got to experience, you know what I'm saying, people outside of the city or a different way of life. Like, man, we could be learning so much more, and they got us so wrapped up in these sports and all this other stuff that don't really matter in life, man, that, oh my gosh, man, when you get to being older and you realize, I wish I knew all this stuff, because now I got to pay this person $2,000, $3,000 to do a job that, man, I just wish I knew how to do, or at least knew somebody that did, but don't nobody, ain't nobody I grew up with was learning no shit like that. So, now that we older, that our network is trash. Like, we can't even network like that. You know what I mean? So, as people getting older, they learn and realizing, like, just like me, I'm saying, you get older, you start really like, oh man, damn, I gotta get to it right now. Like, a lot of men, they waste a lot of years and get to 24, 25 and realize, like, man, oh man, I've been asleep the last 10 years. And all I'm saying is, man, I be seeing some other cultures that those years from time they 10 to 21, 22, man, they learn a lot of stuff that we not. And I think it's really paying 10 times over whenever we get a little bit older. So I don't know, man, that joint, like, just really thinking about that and just understanding, man, what all I want my kids to learn, and the type of structure and environment I want them to grow up in. That has a lot to do with, the decisions I'm making now. Because like I said, I want to make sure, man, I don't never want my kids to be as dependent on a job or anything as, I felt like I have been, or I was, at multiple points in my life. So, what I'm saying, that was just real eye-opening for me. Like, man, realizing how much time I wasted when I was young, like really wasted when I was young, doing a bunch of dumb shit and bragging about a bunch of dumb shit that when I look at it now, it's like, dang, like, he's sitting here bragging about knowing how to take an engine down and back up. And I don't know, man. That's just wild, man. So yeah, man, I was thinking about that a little bit, and just really trying to focus in, man. I still got a lot of cleaning up I need to do with myself, self accountability. I've been, man, trying to get back in that gym, right? I said I think the other day, man, I hit 250 days sober, with no alcohol, man, no alcohol, man, for your boy, if you know, man. Man, I did some years with it, man. Damn near every day drinking. So, I just hit 250 days, man. I'm so happy about that, man, because my life has went crazy since then. I promise you, man. I never thought it would. I never thought I had a problem until I realized I couldn't stop. And now that I've stopped, I realize how much of a hold it has on me. And like I said, I don't have no goal of how long I'm trying to go without drinking. But just right now, I'm not drinking, man. I'm chilling. I'm seeing where life gonna take me. So, man, that's been going great, man. Like I said, that was a couple days ago, my 250. So we probably at 253, 254 now. No alcohol for your boy. Yes, sir. We're going to try to close out this year strong with that one. I do know that much. I ain't going to be opening up 2025 with, having alcohol in my system. So you could count that for sure. Man, what else we got going on? Like I said, I got to get back in this gym, man. I've been slipping on this gym with the move and everything. I've been real busy, but that gym is coming, man. I'm getting back in that gym. Hitting 2025 strong, man. Got a lot of goals. I'm gonna have to drop a goal about my video about my goals for 2025, how I want to close out 2024. And, you know, because I'm going to be documenting all this. You know, I just started this channel a couple weeks ago just on some fly stuff. So 2025 is going to be crazy to see because I'm going to have it all documented now. So, man, the journey going to be wild, man. I can't even imagine for 1 second, man, what I'm going to be able to achieve next year. Like, when I tell you, I can't even tell you. All I know is I deserve it all, man. I deserve it all, man. I feel that. I feel that, man, right here, man. I deserve it all, man. And I know it's coming, man. I know it's on its way. So, hey, man, it was good, man. Nice little, quick little check-in. I ain't want nothing. Just drop some, man. Hopefully somebody see it. If you do, man, say what's up, man. Say what's up. Let me know if at least if you see it. And you, especially if you made it to the end, man, let me know something, man. Hey, if you make it to the end, man, first person make it to the end, drop a comment down below. I got you, man. My brother just started a little beard oil company. If you're a man, I'll send you a bottle of beard oil, man. I swear I will, man. On me, man. On me. A free bottle, $15 bottle on me, man. The bottom of the video, man. First person see this, make it to the end, man. You got you a free $15 bottle of, let me see if we got it, man. I ain't even gonna put this joint out there, man. You got your official, man, business, though. I'm gonna get you a bottle, man. But look, I appreciate y'all, man. Always remember, man, you paying to play in this life, man. Life is about time, man. That's the most valuable thing you got outside of your family, your time, man. That's how you should judge everything. It ain't about how much money you got. It's how much time you got throughout your day, because with that time, you can do anything you want. Always remember that, man. Always remember that, man. We pay to play in the game of life, man, and we pay with money, man. Not with money, man. We pay with time, man. Money is an illusion, man. We pay with time. Be focused and careful with what you put your time to, where you spend your time at. And once you get control of that, everything else will fall into place, man. Promise you that. But, hey, we gone.